so that was the first half or first few lines of Rimsky-Korsakov's The Flight of the Bumblebee. It's usually played on flute, and it is really fun to play it on clarinet here. So I'm going to give you some guides, some tips for practicing this piece. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get really comfortable with your chromatic scale. So full range chromatic scale and a variety of speeds with your metronome. So I'm starting on my low E, and I'm going to go all the way to my high G, because this piece is all in different kinds of half steps, which is our chromatic scale. So I'm going to put my metronome on a slowish tempo. Let's put it on 80. And I'm going to play my chromatic scale, and then I'm going to give you some other tips of this piece involving slowing it down at a tempo, a slower tempo, and some rhythm exercises to try as well. So here's my chromatic scale on quarter note equals 80. To get that really even. So if 80 is too fast, start at an even slower tempo, like 40, 50, or 60. And you can have the metronome subdividing in eighth notes also. So getting really comfortable with your chromatic scale. If the chromatic scale is difficult for you, the song's gonna be difficult, so start there, as long as it takes to get your chromatic scale mastered. So the next step is when I'm practicing this, the tempo is vivace, and it can go anywhere from, I've heard it being played at 120. The tempo I was doing there was 140. All the way till 200 or beyond. It can be performed at a variety of tempos. And definitely when you're practicing, you want to start slow with your tempo. So again, I'm starting at like quarter note equals 80, and I'm just making it so my fingers feel comfortable and that they're not tightly gripping the keys, right? We want our fingers to be curved. Curved fingers means that we're going to have less tension in our fingers and that they're actually going to be able to move faster. So I'm going to play a little bit of it with our metronome at quarter note equals 80. And I'm going to give you some other really awesome tips. So that speed or even slower, just working in small measures or lines at a time. So the next thing I'm going to do is, if you're like playing that and you're like, that sounds uneven, you can even work in smaller segments. So just taking 4 16th notes at a time. And now the trick with this is I'm going to take 4 16th notes and then stop on the downbeat of the next 16th notes. So I'm going to take the first 4 notes and then stop on that high D in the next beat. Like that. I'm going to do that again. Then I'm going to add another group. And keep on doing like that. So the reason that we want to keep going until the beat of the second note grouping is so that our fingers practice anticipating and getting in motion to that next group. That's how I always practice in those groups of 5 like that. The other step is we can do some different rhythm exercises to get our fingers trained to be more even. So right now we're just doing it as written in 16th notes, but we can try different rhythms with triplets. So, and if you have a piece that's in triplets, you can do rhythms that are in duple or quadruple meter. And this is actually from a violinist. They're called Galamian rhythms. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I'm gonna watch this later and go back and be like, oh no. So what I'm gonna do, and I'll show it at the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna take this this first group of 4 16ths, and I'm gonna turn it into a rhythm of triplets. So if we think about singing it, I'm gonna turn the first note into I'm gonna turn the first 2 notes into a group of 3, making the first note longer. So da da da. So if I think triplet, 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 I'll put this below the screen as well, but it's helpful to sing it. Triplet, 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 da. So what that's doing is it's retraining my fingers out of old patterns to be really even. So let's try that at 80. Now I'm going to do the inverse of that, so making the second note longer. really speed it up. So this exercise is really annoying to try, but you'll realize after you've tried it that playing it normally as written is gonna feel really easy. So try playing that as written, still slow after you try that exercise. The other thing you can do with the metronome is you can put it on off beats. So right now we're in 2/4, my metronome is beating on every, like the 1 and 2, da 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 da. I can put it on the and, so da 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 da. Now I'm a classical and jazz musician, so I'm familiar with putting things on the and, but this can be really difficult for people. So we're gonna put on a metronome again. Hopefully that's coming through the video. Da, 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 da. So let's just think the and. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So this is also going to train our brain to just be really even with our fingers. It's going to feel harder. So 1, 2, 3. So it was really slight, but I actually rushed a little bit in that first measure. Da, 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 from the D to the C sharp. So I'm going to try that again. And I can even, what I'm going to do is I'm even try it slower. I'm going to put it on 70 just to make that really even. I'm going to isolate that first measure. I did the first 2 measures. So that was much better that time. So hopefully that helps. Let me know how your Flight of the Bumblebee practice goes. You really want to, so again, kind of the main takeaways is get your chromatic scale comfortable at a range of tempos. Do break the, I call it chunking, break up the Flight of the Bumblebee into small little groups and connect it to the downbeat of the next group, and try some different rhythm exercises to retrain the fingers. Let me know if you'd like any more tips on this piece, how it goes practicing, and if you'd like to see a version of the whole piece. Bye.